RudeNation, what is up? It's your boys, the Rude Boys, Sherm,
Tom.
We're here for your bi-weekly prescription of rudeness, and we got quite the show today. It's episode 22, baby, of the Rude Boys Power Hour.
Oh, I have such a good episode 22 joke.
Oh, please,
but
you got us on the fucking hanger right now.
The nation's not ready for it yet.
No? What, are you going to just randomly drop it at some point?
Yes, I will. You'll have it could be in Blitzkrieg news for all you know.
Genius. It's just you're gonna hit the brakes on the fucking podcast just so you can get your fucking joke that you're hyping up. I'm gonna guess really unwarrantedly.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You know me so well, baby.
Okay. So today's episode, Rude Nation, boys and girls, is all gonna be about the WWE Money in the Bank, the match, the pay-per-view, the event itself, the whole thing about Money in the Bank.
We're bankrolling right now.
Yeah, we just are removed several days of the 2018 Money in the Bank. So we're going to talk about the entire thing. It's completely topical, right? I mean, history has already been made. History has been written, so now we can talk about it.
Totally.
Right?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. But before that...
Who's in your mouth?
Who's in my mouth? The Rude Boys Special. Miller High Life.
I thought the Rude Boys Special was Jameson in High Life.
You're correct, actually. Yes.
This is the Rude Boys sponsor.
Yes, the Rude Boys sponsor. Thank you, Miller, for the delicious 46 case you dropped off at the recording studio.
Wow, you're gonna. Oh, what a dick!
Sorry, I feel like I'm in a commercial. So we talk about it, we hype it up, and then we're supposed to drink.
Yeah.
But I'm being rude.
To your boy.
To my boy, yeah. So who's in your mouth, Tommy?
Once again, our sponsor, Miller High Life.
Thank you. Do they have a slogan? Should we be saying the slogan? It's the champagne of beers.
Yeah,
but
champagne of beers, man. That's
all.
all.
But that's really, I mean, it's not. It's just they call it the champagne of beers. It's not like drink Miller. It's just the champagne of beers. So that is just the slogan for the Miller High Life.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't get. You're gonna have to forgive me. I didn't read all the talking points that we got when we signed up for the sponsorship. So I know you did your homework.
You don't read.
Well, you're absolutely right. Actually, there's something about that. Let's clink it up, Tommy.
Clink it up. Woo.
Alrighty. So we'll do a little Blitzkrieg news. What do you think, Tommy?
It's a little Blitzkrieg news. Maybe you'll get a joke in it.
Oh, I can't wait.
Blitzkrieg news, everyone. What is up? No gaming news. We're going to jump right into comics. Jeff Johns is leaving the head position at DC Comics, and Jim Lee is taking his place.
What does this mean, Tom? Our resident comics expert who's scratching their head right now.
It means DCEU could go a different direction because he was...
Why are we talking about DC? Oh, okay.
Well, he was also involved with DCEU as well. I know Jeff Johns, he went on to do his own thing.
Right.
Jim Lee, comes from Marvel, famous for drawing
Image Comics.
The X-Men. Image Comics, he did Wildcats and whatnot. Definitely one of my favorite artists. So we'll see what Mr. Lee can bring to the table.
Okay.
Maybe
cool.
DC won't be a crap show.
Okay. I know this is movie talk, but I heard that their plan to increase the DCEU is to make better movies. Did you hear about that? Well, I'm not being a joke. Maybe I'm just pulling clickbait headlines, but I'm like, that's a pretty good start there, DC.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Movies.
I mean, you really need to get more directors like Patty Jenkins, who did Wonder Woman. I mean, I'm pulling for Aquaman to be good. James Wan is doing it. And James Wan hasn't steered me wrong yet.
What did James Wan do?
He did, I believe...
He did the Fast and the Furiouses?
He did one of them. He did the first two Saw movies.
Oh, right, okay.
I believe The Conjuring, I want to say he did.
So he's doing that. So he's definitely in the wheelhouse of doing a superhero movie about a dude who swims.
He's a really good director.
It's Seaman! Right.
No, it's Aquaman, not Seaman. Good job, though.
I haven't played South Park.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Moving along.
Right along.
This is some clone bullshit I'm about
Just
to
read the thing. I'll explain it.
The Spider-Man from Spider-Man is officially Spider-Man canon in Spider-Geddon #0. Fuck goddamn clones. Explain this. Because how I don't know about this is really bothering me.
Spider-Geddon is the new Spider-Man themed crossover that's doing all the Spider books.
Okay.
I don't really know a lot of the details on it. A name like Spider-Geddon probably doesn't sound real nice to a lot of Spider people. So this is in the same sense of Spider Island, Spider-Verse. Now we got Spider-Geddon. So the Spider-Man that this note is talking about is the Spider-Man from the Sony PS4 game. So they are basically canonizing that Spider-Man in that universe. And he is going to be brought in to the Spider-Geddon crossover, starting with issue #0. I mean, #0 is a good place to start.
This is a legitimate question.
Sure, absolutely.
What Earth is that considered? Like
I don't know. We have to find out.
We have Prime Earth 616,
right?
And then you have Earth 00632, and so it'll be very interesting to see Spider-Ham.
Are you for real?
No.
Jesus, man.
It's very possible. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
It's very possible. It could be some random assortment of numbers. Yeah, absolutely. Who knows?
Sure.
Somebody
it's fucking
knows.
Spider-Ham, for God's sakes. Come on, give me a goddamn break.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool that they're actually officially doing that. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, when you see all these different multiverses, like, there's, like, a Marvel handbook somewhere that talks about all the Marvel universes. Like, I know every incarnation is a separate universe. And this is, I think, one of the first times they're being real upfront about it. And now it's like, you can almost play. It's almost like a tie-in, almost, it seems. And it's getting tied into a real big-time Spider-Man crossover. So that's pretty cool.
Just as a side note.
Yeah, okay.
I cannot wait for that Spider-Man game to come out.
Dude,
anyway.
Yeah, let's talk about Spider-Man for 6 more minutes, please.
Sure, why not? I'm sure that's what the nation wants.
Not in Blitzkrieg news, though. We'll have to wait. All right, what do we got?
Oh, fuck you. More goddamn Ben Affleck Batman shit. Matt Reeves to reboot the DCEU Batman and replace Ben Affleck. No one gives a fuck. We're all done with the fucking drama. You know what? Here's a goddamn idea. Fuck Batman. Don't put him in any more movies. He's had 9 of them. Get the fuck over it. He's an overrated crybaby rich boy. He sucks. And I will fight anyone who wants to come on my Twitter at Tommy_cash with a K.
Oh my god, I loved that.
Moving
that was so
on.
No, that was beautiful, man.
I know. I needed to get that off my chest.
Oh man, I need a cigarette after that.
Captain Marvel to be the new face of the MCU, says
Kevin Feige.
Thank you, Kevin Feige. I could never. I always say Feige.
Yeah. I mean, this should really come to no surprise because, like, with all the original contracts and all the original cast members set to
expire,
presumably, expire in more ways than one, I bet, to basically move away from the MCU, Captain Marvel is going to be, I'd imagine, taking the place of, like, Iron Man, because definitely Iron Man would be the face of the MCU up until this point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, first movie, basically.
Sure.
Kind of, like, brought everything together. So, yeah, that's cool. That puts a lot on Brie Larson's shoulders.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I think that should be good.
Don't fuck it up, Brie.
Hopefully, the man babies won't be upset.
Oh, they will. Breaking news! Lucasfilm puts all our Star Wars story spinoffs on hold and will focus on Episode 9 and the next trilogy. Yeah, Solo didn't do as well as Lucasfilm thought, so they're like, alright, we're just, we're gonna put everything on hold. We're gonna chill there, so you're not getting your Boba Fett, you're not getting your Obi-Wan movies, not your Yoda, not your Darth Maul, not your Greedo movie, like, fucking, sorry fanboys. Solo fucked up. Moving to TV. We're keeping this real Blitzkrieg, bitch.
Cool, dude.
Defenders, Season 2. Not in the plans, but you never knew. Says Jeff Loeb. Jeff is Jeph, by the way.
I'm just
letting you know.
You're just gonna say, who the fuck cares?
Nah.
Fuck Jeff Loeb.
Fuck you, Jeff Loeb's awesome.
By the rate you're going.
He's an amazing writer.
Oh.
Wrestling news.
Oh, alright, we're not gonna talk about that? I mean, really, what's the plan? So,
what's there to talk about?
No, I mean, well, I mean, as far as like the whole Netflix stuff is panned out, we're getting a third season of Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
Second season of Luke Cage is right around the corner.
Is Friday.
Okay, right around the corner, as per recording. Second season of Iron Fist is unfortunately on its way. I'm assuming a second season of Punisher.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And, I mean, I guess at that point they're just going to play it by ear.
They are I think they did sign a third season for Jessica Jones.
Okay. So
Speaking of Punisher, did you finish?
No, I'm still like at episode 7.
Yeah, it's a slow.
I got to finish it up at least before Glow comes out next week.
It's a slug trail.
It's a slug trail?
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that like
yes.
a sexual? Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
It's just, I don't know, man. I like Punisher, but I'm like, dude, come on. Like, I get it. You're sad. Kill people. Get over it.
Yeah.
No, like, your family's dead. They ain't coming back. Big fucking deal.
I think we're about to let the next episode. You have 100% of the reins on Blitzkrieg News. Like this is phenomenal.
All right, now we go to wrestling news.
Okay, got you. Damn, we're really burning through.
New NXT brand to take place in the UK.
Yep. Yeah, this was announced during the tapings of the next WWE United Kingdom tournament. Over at Royal Albert Stadium.
Sounds about right. Albert Roy. Yeah, something like that.
Albert Roy.
Prince Albert.
Roy, Prince Albert in a can.
You got Prince Albert again?
Was that the joke?
Huh? Yeah.
Oh. In addition to the new NXT UK brand coming along, they're going to come up with the United Kingdom Tag Team Championships and the United Kingdom Women's Championship.
More NXT, I'm all right with.
Yeah, they're definitely taking a bite out of the United Kingdom indies scene, which is very popular.
Yeah,
from what I understand.
You know, I mean, a lot of guys came from there. Finn, Drew, like a whole slew of like
that I can only name 2 people out of.
Well, like Nikki Cross came from over there.
Very good.
So 3.
Killian Dane. I'm
sure
Aleister Black.
Yes, Aleister Black. Thank you. I love NXT. We all know this.
Yeah.
It's definitely it's the future of the company.
Okay. Speaking of, but who's not the future of the company?
His big dumb face got future endeavored. So yes, he is the future of something. Big Cass.
Future of his own fucking endeavors.
And WWE come to terms for his release. I don't know what. I mean, I don't really give a shit. Because he sucks.
There was some issue. I mean, he's a dud. Not gonna lie. Like, he's a big dude. That's about it. You can't teach that. You can't teach him anything. Period.
Yeah.
So like,
can't teach him to wrestle.
There was that one bit when he was feuding with Daniel Bryan. He brought in a little person, and he was just supposed to give him the boot, and that was it. Right. But he beat him up after the boot, and apparently Vinny didn't like that. Did that box just open up? Ghosts. And Vinny didn't like that, and yeah, so he's been in the doghouse, and he lost 2 consecutive pay-per-views, and he's kind of a dud. So
deuces.
That's fine. Freed up some income.
Good. You and Zero Amore can meet up on the unemployment line.
I don't think they like each other.
Yeah, well, maybe one of them will kill the other, so.
And then kill himself.
Or they'll kill each other.
Okay.
There's that too, like Biggie and Tupac. That's giving those 2 twats way too much credit.
Shit.
Sorry, Biggie. Sorry, Tupac. R.I.P.
They're not dead.
Yeah, they're in France with Jim Morrison.
Mm-hmm.
Sad news.
Vader. This is breaking news. Yeah.
Vader passes away, man. Like, I mean, a year ago, there was an article saying that he was on borrowed time.
Yeah.
He had a degenerative heart disease, and they're like, "Yo, you have 3 months to live." And a year later,
yeah, he was still hanging on, but I mean, by how long?
Definitely sucks. One of the best big men in the ring.
Agreed. All over the world.
Yeah, was able to move and whatnot. So
fucking moonsaults and shit.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Like before Bam Bam started busting those bad boys out, like crazy. So
I would say him and Bam Bam would be like the biggest, the most not necessarily most famous, because I mean you got Andre and even I'll say Big Show and Taker and Kane and but those are some of the best
top tier big men.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Vader, we raise this high life to you. Enjoy.
supposed to cheers to a... Oh.
Yeah.
That's how the Rude Boys roll.
Cheers to everything.
Absolutely.
All right. Quick NXT TakeOver.
Yeah, so in addition to being removed from the 2018 Money in the Bank pay-per-view, we also are removed from the NXT TakeOver Chicago.
Yes.
Was it called Chicago 2 or something? Didn't they have one in
No,
Chicago
it's just
already?
called TakeOver Chicago.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right, so, Tom, I'm not going to lie. I didn't watch any of it.
All right.
I watched a couple clips. I'm not going to lie.
It started
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie.
It started off hot.
Okay, tell us about it.
Fucking tag match. Oni Larkin and Daniel Burch versus Undisputed Era, represented by Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong.
Sure.
They just went. They went for it. They set the bar.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Who won?
Undisputed Era. Adam Cole got involved.
Gotcha.
Yada yada.
Gotcha.
And I was like, all right, what are they going to do to follow?
To pause on this, I was talking to you off air about having the Undisputed Era theme stuck in my head. It was because I saw their entrance, and those guys, there's just such a level of like, it's like charisma. Like I was fucking digging it. Like
oh yeah,
like how they just come down. Fucking who's the dude? Who's the
Kyle O'Reilly does the guitar.
With the fucking guitar on the belt. Roderick Strong finally looks like he belongs someplace.
Yeah.
Adam Cole just
being Adam
running
Cole
around like a fucking mid-90s Shawn Michaels. Yeah, but like thinking about that, like listening to that theme without watching having any visuals, the theme is kind of garbage. But you need to see them like fucking like every beat like fucking rock to it. So and, like, I'm on board now with them. I don't think I never was not, but I'm more on board with the Undisputed Era.
I mean, like I said, it does have a very NWO feel, like the guitar in the beginning.
Sure, yeah, absolutely, 100%.
So.
All right, what other matches we got?
Sitting there watching it, and I'm like, at this point, I'm on my, my fourth rum. And I'm like, how are they going to top this shit? This is amazing.
Bottle, obviously.
Yeah, of course. That's how I roll.
Yeah.
Admiral Nelson. Ricochet, Velveteen Dream. Holy crap. Match of the night, I would say.
Really? Okay.
Very good.
Excellent.
All over. I mean, Ricochet is just, he's fluid.
Yeah.
Like, he's insane.
He's ridiculous.
I mean, greatest thing was Velveteen Dream came out. He did this whole Hulk Hogan
I saw that
entrance where he rips the shirt off like Hogan did.
And he had like his Prince Puma. Well, not his Prince Puma. So Ricochet's alter ego in Lucha Underground was Prince Puma, and his tights were kind of like they were like cheetah design or some shit like that. Velveteen Dream, his opponent wore them or a facsimile of to kind of just jab at Ricochet.
Yeah, along with the
he was wearing like Hulk. He came down in like Hulk Hogan boa and a shirt ish and a bandana.
Yeah. Also, along with what looked like to be Black Panther's necklace as like a belt on his tights.
Oh yeah.
Which was pretty cool. So yeah, that match was pretty fantastic. Nice. Fluid. Definitely highly recommend watch it.
Okay.
Next match was the women's title match. Shayna Baszler versus Nikki Cross, who...
Gotcha.
Wow, those two chicks beat the shit out of each other.
Okay.
Like, there was one point where Shayna Baszler is doing her choke out.
Right.
And Nikki Cross is just there smiling.
Yeah, because she's kind of off her rock.
Oh, yeah, totally. Gotcha. Which makes her so goddamn hot.
Sure.
Yeah.
She got choked, Tommy.
I choked. She could throw me down a flight of stairs. She could choke me. She could choke my chicken. I don't care. Like, yo, get on this, Nikki. Right here. Got you, sweetie.
At Tommy_Cash with a K.
Thank you.
Slide in those DMs.
So I could slide into something. Next match, which to me was the weakest of the night, was Lars Sullivan versus Aleister Black for the NXT title.
Right, because this is definitely this is definitely not almost a mismatch, but like you have different styles.
Absolutely.
Right.
And
which could be good or bad, but it could be different.
It was mediocre.
Okay.
And which sucks because I know Aleister Black is so much better than that. Lars Sullivan, he's just a big guy. Really, honestly, can't talk.
Right.
Like him and Braun, and I've said on past casts that him and Braun Strowman, were a tag team.
Right.
He's definitely the Marty Jannetty.
Well, yeah, okay.
He's definitely the Marty Jannetty of that duo.
I think it's a little too early to say.
No, it's not.
You're calling it right now?
Yeah, I'm calling it right now. He's not very...
Tommy's saying that in the career of Lars Sullivan and Braun Strowman, Lars Sullivan will not reach the same heights.
No.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Right.
Never.
Okay.
Ever.
Wow. All right.
Main event. Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. Fantastic. Chicago street fight. Fantastic, because Gargano was wearing, like, Captain America garb. And Ciampa was wearing Thanos garb.
Really?
Yeah. Like, it was so awesome.
Okay.
This was just brutal. They beat the shit out of each other. Like they have every match that they've come across. And Ciampa, man. Ciampa
came away, right?
There's going to be a rubber match soon.
Oh, of course.
There's going to be a major rubber match.
I saw this one thing I follow on Facebook. They were talking about maybe... Well, not because they have no pull, obviously. It's all a bunch of fucking fans. Fucking marks.
Yep.
But they were saying that they should do, like, a 3 stages of hell.
I could see that being...
Yeah, because, I mean, that was also, like in the early 2000s, like, that would be like, the grudge rubber match, you know what I mean?
Or get Matt Hardy to organize an Ultimate Deletion.
Okay, yeah, we can do that too.
Why not? I'll be down.
So, overall, how was it? How was the event?
Out of 10?
Yeah, sure, okay.
I would give this particular takeover an 8.
An 8, okay.
Yep.
Still very strong.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It could be my biasness.
Sure. Yeah. Bias.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Exactly.
Alright, so if I was going to watch only one match, which match should I say?
Shit. I can only give you one?
Yeah. Just say yes.
Ciampa Gargano.
Ciampa Gargano? Okay.
Because, here's the thing. They are telling a story outside of the ring.
Right, and that's
and they are also telling a story inside the ring.
Gotcha.
Which is, and I like the fact that this has nothing to do about titles.
Right,
It's just about two dudes who fucking hate each other. Yeah. And they just want to kick each other's face in.
Build, too, which is...
It does, which is rare in this day and age of WWE.
Absolutely.
So that was TakeOver.
That was TakeOver?
TakeOver.
And that was...
And random news.
Oh, yes, okay. Sorry.
Disney has outbid Comcast. Thanks to the bangers.
Right.
Balls in your court, Fox. Bring it on. Let's do this. Let's do this deal.
Get that Fantastic Four. Get that X-Men.
Damn right. You can give Comcast Aliens and Predator. We just want X-Men and Fantastic Four and all properties. Namor, Doctor Doom, all that. And I did promise at the end of Blitzkrieg News for the joke. So here it is.
All right, Tommy, what you been up to, buddy boy?
I have been up to thinking of an awesome 22 joke for this podcast.
Right.
Which I'll get into after this portion. All right? Don't worry about it. It's good. It's good. It's worth the build.
All right.
I won't steer you wrong, Chris. And Nation, I got your backs.
I'm giving up, so just go ahead.
You gave up a long time ago.
I gave up as soon as I hit record.
I read Original Sin. That's the one where someone kills the Watcher on the moon.
The Watcher?
The Watcher. Uatu.
Oh, okay.
And steals his eyes. Because his eyes, obviously, they record everything.
So one would say those eyes watch?
Yes.
Okay. I just needed to...
Not one.
I just needed to clear that
many would say his eyes watch. Yes.
That's an interesting stance you take, but continue.
It was okay. It really didn't grip me like Fear itself did.
Okay. So what's like a quick plot synopsis?
Watcher gets killed. All these
it's like people have to investigate.
Yeah. The
Avengers.
Cap. This is like New Avengers. So you got Cap. You got Wolverine, Spider-Man, Luke Cage, and then you have teams that are working in the shadows.
Okay.
Who are made up of one group is Doctor Strange and the Punisher.
Okay, cool. I did that. Don't worry about me.
I'm a little worried about you. Them. Then another group was Winter Soldier, Moon Knight, and Gamora.
Jesus Christ.
Another group was...
I don't want to bump into them in a fucking alley.
Was Black Panther.
Okay.
Emma Frost, and... Fuck.
Oh, that's a new one.
That's a new one, yeah.
I never heard of... What's their powers?
Fucking.
Okay. That code name's a little on the nose, then.
Shit.
Fucking shit. Ooh,
whatever.
right.
I'm drawing a blank.
Alright, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
so they're all trying to investigate who killed the Watcher.
And the thing was, though, like, there's this villain who... He's a D-list villain. His name's The Orb.
Okay.
And he legitimately has an
eye.
He has an eye. He has an eye as a head. So he steals one of the...
Why is it called the Eye?
Because he's called The Orb.
Oh, alright. Was the eye taken? Maybe the eye was taken.
Maybe.
Alright.
So, like, he makes the Watcher's eye, like, set off, like, a bomb.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, all these, like, heroes, like, are seeing things like Hulk just wants to kill Stark now. Because he sees something that's going to happen in the future.
Okay.
And...
So he's, like, projecting the Watcher's...
Yeah. So...
visions or some shit.
So, yeah, it's a murder mystery, blah, blah, blah.
Right,
they get to the final fight. And this is a spoiler. This fucking book's been out for years. A year.
You cover all bases and say a years.
Yeah, absolutely. Say so. Spoiler alert. He says something to Thor, and all of a sudden Thor's not worthy to hold the hammer.
Right. Yeah.
That's how Jane Foster is now Thor.
Yeah. He says something just like "you're not worthy" or something like that.
Some shit like that.
That like really cuts Thor,
right.
Odinson down to the core,
right.
and he is unable to carry Mjolnir.
Yeah,
are you crying?
No. My beer splooged up in my face. Gave me a money shot, like Riley Reid.
Well, I mean, like every... Oh, okay. Yeah, specifically.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
My two major takeaways from this, very emotional parts, was... Nova, who... The helmet, like, belongs to this kid now. It belongs to Richard Rider's son.
Okay.
Before the Watcher gets killed, he goes to the Watcher's place. And he's talking, and he's just like... You find out that the Watcher does all this just so his father could be proud of him. Because, like, the Watcher's dad made some miscalculations and destroyed a civilization.
What the fuck? The Watcher's dad?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. I just needed to get you to say that again so I still get it.
There's this panel where you have Nova here and the Watcher here. And it's just like, yeah, all I wanted was my dad to be proud of me, too. And it's just like, aw. That's kind of heartbreaking.
What else you been up to?
I've been reading Wolverine Origins. So they did Wolverine Origin, which...
The movie, right, which was fantastic.
Wolverine Origin, which, you know, gave us the true origin and past of James Logan Howlett.
That was one of the longest running mysteries in Marvel Comics. Because, like... Logan got fucked with so bad in the brain with Weapon X and all this other shit, and he's lived for such a long time that he's all fucked up in the head. So I know when this came out, this was a big deal.
Yeah. So Wolverine Origins is
the movie based
his
on
son, Wolverine's son, Daken, is trying to kill him.
Right, okay.
And you also see more and more of Wolverine's past, like his time working with Black Widow when Black Widow was a child.
Nice, okay.
Working with Captain America and Bucky.
That's cool. I always like that stuff.
Yeah. You know, and then he also works with, you know, Black Widow now for, you know, to find stuff.
Right.
Very cool series.
Okay, cool.
You know, I highly recommend
it. Is it an ongoing series or was it like a mini-series?
I feel like it went on for like almost 2 years.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, it did go on for a while.
Gotcha.
Omega Red's involved at one
point.
Of course, with Omega Red, you get the... Fuck. I hate the name. Carbon synth... The C-synth. The thing that fucking...
Are you okay? Are you stroking out? You're stroking out.
I did.
Oh, no. This is it. This is the end of the Rude Boys.
Sorry for anyone.
So, yeah, sorry for any of our stroke victims. What? The fucking... His little tentacles?
Right, but those emit his, like, death pour.
Yeah.
No, there's this thing called the C-synth where it can make him weak, and it's also weak. It could also make adamantium weak.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I forget what the fuck it's called. I've also been watching Cloak and Dagger. I watched the first 2 episodes.
All right. Are you liking it?
I am. It's very teen drama.
Okay.
I didn't think they were. Do you plan on watching it?
I do.
Okay.
It is on Hulu.
Okay.
That was like as far as I got. I was
Right.
like, oh, is this on Hulu? Great.
Right.
That was as far as I got.
I didn't think they were gonna. I don't know if you know much about Cloak and Dagger, but
in the comics or the show, both.
In comics, how I think
I'm really just accustomed to my first introduction to them is with
Maximum Carnage,
yeah.
right? Yeah, they were drug addicts.
I know the idea, yeah.
Right? Yeah, I mean that doesn't. You only see that for one of them,
right? In
the show. It's very cool because they do share this bond because her father died at the same time his brother died, and it's cool. I mean, you do get the teen melodrama,
right,
yes.
Okay.
So
yeah, it's on fucking Freeform, which used to be ABC Family.
Exactly. So I mean, episode 3, I think they're up to now. So I'll probably check that out.
Gotcha.
Hopefully it picks up because
an hour.
Yeah, it's an hour.
Yeah, that's always a fucking killer to me.
Why?
I don't know. Just fucking. I feel like you could tell a better story. Just it's the same problem with the Netflix shows. Like you were just saying right now, they just pull on for too long. So
about 45.
If you were to get up, right, yeah, I understand without commercial, but if you were to just punch it in for half hour, 22 minutes, whatever, just get in what you got to get in, come back next week, I think that'd be all right. How long does it take to fan through a fucking single issue? Not that long.
Me?
Just in general, you know what I mean? Just flip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but with the Netflix shows Daredevil, I always just want more episodes of.
Well, Daredevil was handled very well, so there's always a outlier to that.
Yes, of course. It's also World Cup.
I definitely want to see that.
It's also World Cup. I know. You can
I've
give 2
heard.
shits. It's fun to watch. It really is.
Time of year people care about soccer.
It's a very it's a very odd World Cup right now because all these small countries that you're just oh, they're gonna get their asses beat. No, they're ending up tying or beating.
It's only the 16 men on the field.
These fantastic teams
fucking
Mexico beat Germany, and Germany's a war machine when it comes to soccer.
Right.
They're beasts.
Football. Right.
Argentina and Iceland tied, and this is Iceland's first Right. Okay. And it was horrifying because
horrifying?
Because the Icelandic people, they don't have a chant, but they do the Viking chant where they just clap and they go ho, ho,
really?
And you hear that in the stadium, and it's just and you're just holy shit! Sounds like someone's about to get raped and pillaged, man. Insane. It's awesome. I'm loving watching it. I was up at 5:30 last Saturday, watching the first games and watched every single game, man. It's fantastic. I know. Sports. Yeah. You could give 2 shits.
Sports.
Yeah. I also watched the Disaster Artists.
I saw this, yeah. I thought we were going to hold that for a future episode, but whatever, it's all good.
We can still do it. Because I'd like to get your... Well, dude, I will totally watch it again.
It's not the point, but okay.
Alright, look. I didn't have control of the facilities.
I understand. So, how was it?
We definitely have to watch it.
So
I enjoyed it.
It's a biopic based off of The Room.
The Room, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Starring your boy. So you willingly watched the James Franco movie.
And Dave Franco.
2 Francos in one movie, and you didn't hate it?
And here's the stamp of approval.
Oh my...
I didn't want to punch either of them in the face.
Wow.
Yeah. Very
That's
cool.
Incredible.
Definitely check it out. And Chris, we will still watch it, don't worry.
Alright.
Because I'm sure we'll watch it 5 years from now. What have you been up to?
I have been playing more South Park, The Fractured Butthole, on the Switch. So we were talking about this, I got to a point, that I'm going to the Dr. Mephisto's genetic laboratory.
Fuck that stage.
How far am I into the game? I'm 20 hours definitely played. with side quests and shit. So.
I would say, have about...
Like, I'm enjoying playing it. It's not a slog, but I'm just curious. Because this game is still going.
You got about 10, 12 left, I feel.
Hours?
With side quest and whatnot. If you just go from, boom, quest to quest to quest...
Yeah, which I don't do. Because the game is easy enough to just kind of do all that side
If
stuff.
you don't do the side quests, you have maybe about 2.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. But I mean, I'm having a real good time. So I unlocked
awesome.
all the powers. I did that. So what I got going on is I'm still kind of more of a brutalist.
Okay.
I have one blaster power where I shoot just a beam out an entire row.
Like across the stage?
Yep.
Yeah,
and
that's the best one for the blaster.
Psychic confusion one where you like dazzle somebody and it confuses them so they fight for you. That's really cool. I'm still... Dude, I cannot get over how well this game is and how true it is to the franchise. How there's this one part where you're fighting your teammates and they all have unique conversations. Like, this must have taken so many... Like, someone must have been like, all right, what if this person fights this person? All right, we have to have something to say. All right, but what if this person fights that person? Well, all right, we have to come up with something to say.
That gets even better.
It's insane, man. I'm enjoying it so much. It's one of the better games I've played in a little bit.
Yeah. Now... You're saying you're a brutalist more. Is that your super?
That's my super, and I have one move where I just run up and I punch the guy.
Yeah.
I did look at all the other moves. Like, based on like my playstyle, I didn't really follow with that path.
Okay. I like the psychic special, where I think it heals and protects
I wanted to leave that with the other party members.
Okay. Right, yeah.
Like, my healer... Jesus, I really don't have a good healer that I use. Like, usually the team I pick is Mysterion.
Okay.
Myself, obviously. Mysterion, Call Girl, and usually Fast Pass.
Okay.
Which is Jimmy.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is hilarious.
Mine was usually myself, obviously. Mysterion, Human Kite, and Coon.
Okay. Coon's good.
The bleed on the Coon is
exactly,
good.
yeah. That's the one thing I remember in Stick of Truth was that the status effects really do mean something.
Now, you have all the fart powers?
I only have 2 of them.
Okay.
I have the recipe for another one.
Which one?
I have to get the memberberry jam or some shit.
Is that the...
To make some sort of new burrito.
Right, yeah, no, and I think that one...
I'd imagine I'm going to... I know on the map there's some sort of farm that I'm supposed to go to, but it's blocked off.
North.
Okay.
Yeah. Spoiler.
Well, it's on the map.
Yeah. There is one fart power you really do want.
All I have is like the rewind
the rewind?
and the pause.
Right, yeah, so definitely get that memberberry one.
Yeah, which it's got to be coming because I never saw those items
That's going to help you.
Okay.
I was a fool. I didn't get that.
Gotcha.
So I made my gameplay so much harder.
Right. Okay.
Than it should have been.
Is it not mandatory? It's just optional. Obviously, if you didn't get it.
Yeah. So I made my gameplay much more harder than it should have been.
Gotcha.
But
okay.
It's still very enjoyable. Love the game.
Gotcha. I also read the VenomVerse little mini series in the Venom comics. So that is a collected edition. VenomVerse, and I also have a collected edition of The Edge of the VenomVerse.
Okay.
So, you're familiar with Spider-Verse, right? Where there was different Spider-Men in different universes.
It's actually on my queue.
Came together. Right. Think about that, but instead of there being different Spider-Men, there's different Venoms.
Right, yeah. So, I'm familiar with...
To start off with Edge of the VenomVerse.
Okay.
So they're at Edge of the VenomVerse. Blech. So it's basically the Venom symbiote attaches itself to different Marvel characters.
Yes.
So there's a story of X-23.
Jesus.
Getting the Venom symbiote.
Person doesn't need
Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider. Deadpool. Gwenpool. Punisher. Like, all these little, I don't want to say side characters, but all these other Marvel characters. Mm-hmm. And then they all get, at the end of their stories, they all just kind of get teleported someplace. And that someplace is where VenomVerse takes place. So VenomVerse proper deals with this one Earth that is led by the heroes that are all venomized.
Okay.
And they're fighting what's called the poisons. The poisons are these little alien creatures that, I guess, in space, in the planet that the Venom, I think that it's called the Clintar, which is the actual Venom symbiote.
Yep. You're correct.
Alien name or something like that. They are the perfect hosts to the Clintar.
Okay.
So they're these small little white creatures, but I guess when they...
That's racist.
It's what it is. So when they come in contact with the symbiote, they become the perfect host. You know what I mean?
Yes.
In addition now to having all these venomized Marvel characters, so like Captain America, Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, you now have these poisoned versions. So it's almost like you're getting now two radically different character designs for the classic, you know, like, oh, you know what Doctor Doom looks like. Well, this is him in a Venom costume. Now this is him all poisoned out. You know what I mean? Like it's really cool. And what I like about it is it's short, too. You can bang it out in no time. I think it was only 5 issues.
Right,
but I think they also have almost like sequel series that I'm also looking into, which I think it might actually be called Venomized. It's short, and what I like about it is it's not just Spider-Man stuff. Like, you see Sabretooth in the mix. You see Scarlet Witch in the mix.
Right.
You see, I really don't want to say too many names.
Would you...
You see Ant-Man in the mix. You see Rocket Raccoon in the mix. Like, it's the entire Marvel Universe.
Right.
But they're just thrown in. So it's almost like how Age of Apocalypse, like, every so often you'd be like, oh, Gwen Stacy's here. Like, what the fuck? Like, I guess.
So would you say it's a universe full of Venoms?
Would I be so bold to say that it's a universe of Venoms? You know what, Tom? You might be onto something. I call it VenomVerse.
There we go.
I dig it.
Cool.
I read it, so I enjoyed that story. It was a nice little, like, fun thing. And they basically, Venom needs to bring in a ringer, and that's fun. I'm not going to say who it is.
Okay. Now, which Venom is this? Is this Eddie?
This is Eddie Brock.
Eddie?
So I guess the main continuity, 616 Venom.
Yeah.
As of at that time, which I think Eddie Brock came back post Anti-Venom, whatever. I also read another little collected edition called Kraven's First Hunt.
Okay.
Which I guess technically is a sort of sequel to Kraven's Last Hunt. So what that deals with is Kraven's daughter, Anna Kravinoff, visits New York and basically wants to kill Spider-Man.
Why does everyone want to kill Spidey?
I know, right? What's cool is that it does have a lot of parallels to Kraven's Last Hunt because Vermin shows up, and that he was a big part of, because he was like the one villain Spider-Man couldn't beat without help, and Kraven was the one to beat him.
Right.
So that's when Kraven was like, I'm better than the Spider, I win, and then blows his brains out. I like it because it does set up for what I'm seeing in the Gauntlet and Grim Hunt.
Okay.
Which is also something I want to get into. Because like that whole Kraven family, like that's pretty cool. Like to take that point from Kraven's Last Hunt, taking that jabroni character Kraven and making him something, giving him a character, giving him some fucking substance, and then taking it from there. That's awesome. Yeah, so I want to get into it. It was only like 3 issues it collected. Daredevil does show up, which is always neat.
Yes.
And yeah, I liked it. I'll read more of these. Like Kraven's First Hunt, that was something I kind of wanted to try to stray away from, as far as like I don't want to fill my catalog with these small little collected editions. Right. But if it's something like that, like if it's a couple issues I'm interested in, I'll definitely pick it up.
Yeah.
And
side, I've started Spider Island.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Very cool so far.
I like Spider Island. I think did I like Spider Island? Spider-Verse was good. I liked how Spider Island... Here's the deal. The collection I have for Spider-Verse versus Spider Island, it's almost like the same size.
It's more meat.
Yeah, well, yeah, Spider Island I think is more meat to Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse, there's a lot more side stories going on because you follow like Spider-Man 2099 and Spider-Man Noir and Peter Parker Spider-Man and Superior Spider-Man, all on their own different paths.
Yeah.
Whereas Spider Island is just... Here's Peter Parker and like Kane or something like that, and they're kind of almost the main focus. Not the main focus, but the main characters in the whole thing.
Yeah, I just passed the part where like the first Gwen Stacy clone comes and tries to kill Kane.
You're talking about Spider-Man.
The Jackal, which I dare say, and you're going to disagree with this.
Okay.
I see Kane is better than Ben Reilly.
I like Ben Reilly. Well, when Ben Reilly was a thing, Kane was nobody. Kane was just a big monster. That was it. Once Ben Reilly died,
that's when Kane became something.
Kane obviously survived and had to pick up the pieces.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So don't get me wrong, I like Kane too, but obviously Ben Reilly to me, I have a soft spot for because, you know, he was. There's a Scarlet Spider Funko right there. Like there you go.
Soft spot, hard spot, same thing.
Hard spot, wet spot, it's all the same thing. Yeah. So that's what I've been up to, Tommy.
Cool. Oh wait, hold on. You got that joke. I did promise, didn't I?
RudeNation, don't you worry.
You will get that joke by the end of this episode.
So, Money in the Bank. We're going to talk about it.
Yes.
WWE's, I would dare say, one of their new premier pay-per-views.
It is. Yes, absolutely.
Would you say...
The fact that they attach a TakeOver to the weekend makes it one of its premier pay-per-views.
Okay.
That's how
Would you say that the Money in the Bank is the new King of the Ring?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. We agree on that. That's it. Yeah. There's no debate.
Minus, you know, I mean...
Like, tournaments are cool.
Yeah, like with King of the Ring, it was whoever wins the King of the Ring gets to challenge the champion at SummerSlam.
Now you can challenge them at any time you want.
Any goddamn time.
Really helps out with the ADD of the audience of the WWE Universe.
Absolutely.
So I got some notes, Tommy.
Awesome.
Always a good time. Money in the Bank started with WrestleMania 21. That was the initial Money in the Bank match. So for the uninitiated, Money in the Bank match is a ladder match. Mm-hmm. Whereas something is hanging above the ring.
A briefcase.
In this case, you have to get a ladder, put it in the ring, set it up, climb it, and take the briefcase down.
Yes.
With that briefcase, you are allowed a championship match at any time.
Anywhere.
Over the next year.
Yes.
Now, no one has ever let that expire. So, who knows what that could mean? Especially if there's a situation where, let's say they bump Money in the Bank earlier. You know what I mean? So, like, you have two different time frame Money in the Banks. It doesn't matter. It's always going to be wrestling rules.
Don't fucking do that.
It's wrestling rules, though. Like, none of this shit matters. Okay? So, the first... It matters, but not really. The first Money in the Bank match. Mm-hmm. WrestleMania 21.
Yes.
Won by Edge. Also, in the match...
Money in the Bank was created by whom?
Chris Jericho.
There you
in
go.
kayfabe. So, that was his thing, but obviously, someone else fucking came up with it. Actually, for background...
Who the fuck knows? Jericho's a goddamn madman. He could have been backstage and been like, yo... It was Michael Hayes, right?
I honestly heard Jericho and a couple other of these people that didn't want anything to do with it.
Really?
Only because of, like, a ladder match? Really? Right. Like, I have a soft, hard, wet spot for ladder matches.
I just want to fuck them.
Wow. So, Money in the Bank first. Money in the Bank number 1. WrestleMania 21. Won by Edge.
Yes.
Also, in the match, Chris Benoit, Kane, Christian, Jericho, Kane, and Shelton Benjamin. So, basically a who's who of WWE mid-carders at that time.
Oh, beautiful. Beautifully played.
Okay. Edge won it.
Nice.
Cashed in New Year's Revolution the following year in January or something like that after John Cena went through an Elimination Chamber match. Won it. Bloody mess. Cage comes up. Vince McMahon congratulates him and then says, but hang on, there's one more match because... This man is cashing in his contract. This was the first cash-in, obviously, so no one had any idea what the fuck was going on. And I would say that, granted, Edge didn't hold on to this championship reign for long. This definitely did put him on the path of his Hall of Fame career, his main event status.
Absolutely.
And definitely his championship credentials.
Did that lead him win? That led to the live Edge and Lita live sex tape.
There was also that.
Holy shit, that was a weird time.
The Raw following Edge's win, they had a live sex celebration. By they, I mean not John Cena. Edge and Lita, his girlfriend at the time.
Debunking Angel.
And I'm pretty sure you could see. I think you could see some areola or something if you really look hard enough.
Man. On Edge.
Yeah, definitely. So the second Money in the Bank match, WrestleMania 22, the following year.
Oh boy.
Won by Mr. Robert Van Dam.
Okay.
Of ECW fame.
Okay.
Also in the match, Matt Hardy, Ric Flair of all people.
The fuck?
Finley, yeah, right. Who wants that?
What the
Ric Flair?
Finley?
Get off! Yeah, this was bad. It should be noted the first Money in the Bank Raw exclusive.
Right.
So maybe not a WWE mid card, but definitely a Raw mid card.
Okay.
Area. So this was mixed brand between Raw and SmackDown. Rob Van Dam, Matt Hardy, Ric Flair, Finley, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin.
Mr. Money in the Bank.
Right. Yeah. Benjamin makes a repeat appearance. And,
well, just the shit he's done.
That's it. No, true, absolutely, yeah. Rob Van Dam wins, cashes in, is actually the first person
to announce
yes, that he's going to cash in. Thank you. At ECW One Night Stand, the second one.
That was a fantastic pay-per-view.
Yeah, no, that was a good pay-per-view top to bottom.
Both are.
The crowd was fucking lit.
Yeah.
And like they were just ready to rock. And Rob Van Dam wins the WWE Championship. And then also reinstates the ECW World Championship because that's when ECW is revitalized as a third brand within WWE. Obviously, Rob Van Dam, I think, gets suspended because he was smoking pot and got caught, so he drops the belt, but hey, what are you going to do? Also should be known that this technically also starts the streak of Edge somehow being involved with cash-ins. So obviously, the first cash-in, it was Edge. This second cash-in, he interfered Edge. He spears John Cena, which helps Rob Van Dam pick up the win. There's that. WrestleMania 23, third Money in the Bank, won by Mr. Kenneth Kennedy, also Ken Anderson, also Mr. Anderson, Kennedy.
Who else was in the match?
In the match was also
besides
Matt and Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
CM Punk.
Okay.
Randy Orton.
Okay.
Edge. Finley. And King Booker. Mr. Kennedy wins.
Uh-huh.
I think the Raw afterwards, he announces that he's going to cash in next year at WrestleMania.
He gets suspended.
He ends up needing to get suspended or he's injured. I forget.
He ends up needing to get suspended?
He probably did. You know what I mean? I think what happened was he got injured. They had to pull him off. In reality, it turns out it wasn't as bad as it was, but anyway. So what they do the old switcheroo, where Edge challenges Mr. Kennedy to a match, and if Edge wins, he gets the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Okay.
Cool. Edge wins, so Edge has the Money in the Bank briefcase again.
Kennedy's kind of a dud.
Yeah, kind of. The following SmackDown, later that week, there was this big world title match between, I think it was a cage match, between Batista and Undertaker, okay?
Yes.
Hard fought. I'm pretty sure Undertaker wins it.
Uh-huh.
Cool. Cage comes up. Mark motherfucking Henry comes out. Destroys the Undertaker. And then guess who shows up? Edge. Comes in, pins the Undertaker, 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Cashes in again, Money in the Bank, becomes the World Heavyweight Champion.
And that's a great feud.
Oh, dude, yeah. Again, that's still that he is on the upswing right now, Edge, at that point. But there you go. Like, Edge involved in another cash-in.
Yep.
WrestleMania 24, won by CM Punk. Also in the match...
Oh, Mitch.
Chris Jericho, Shelton Benjamin, Carlito, John Morrison, Montel Vontavious Porter, and Mr. Kennedy.
Jesus Christ.
So, won by CM Punk. Kind of a big deal at the time because he would probably be like the most, I don't want to say unknown quantity. Nah, he was definitely the most unknown quantity in that thing. I think another rumor was that Jeff Hardy was going to be there, and Jeff Hardy might have won it, but I think he got suspended or something right before that. Classic Jeff Hardy. CM Punk holds onto the briefcase for a little bit, ends up cashing in the Raw after the brand split, or the rebrand split, or something like that. Either way, what happens is there was a draft, and both champions were on SmackDown.
Okay.
So, Edge comes and gloats that, like, he's the world champion at the time, comes and gloats and says, hey, Raw, what's up? Y'all suck. You ain't got no champions. I'm gonna see y'all later. Batista comes out, Batista bombs him. CM Punk comes in and cashes in. there you go. CM Punk is world champion for the first time.
Can we just talk about how much better that Kill Switch Engage song?
Oh, that's a really good song.
Is so much better than Cult of Personality for Punk to come down to.
Cult of Personality is good too, but like I like Kill Switch. That's a good riff.
It's so much better, yeah.
Punk's initial title reign kind of lukewarm. He ends up not even losing it ever. He gets pulled out of a championship scramble match, which is another fucking cluster fuck.
Don't. Just move on.
And
Next.
he's pulled out of the match, and it's basically he's vacated the championship. So he was just kind of like a lame duck champion. WrestleMania 25. Second verse, same as the first. CM Punk. Also in the match, Christian, Shelton Benjamin, Kane, Finlay, MVP, Kofi Kingston, and Mark Henry. This, I think, was the one spot where Kofi Kingston Mark Henry basically
uses
rips
a broken
the ladder apart
as stilts,
and he uses it as stilts. He's like 3 feet off the ground. It's a cool visual, but he's like, you ain't going to do anything.
Who did CM Punk cash in on?
CM Punk cashes in right after a Extreme Rules ladder match between Jeff Hardy and Edge.
Oh shit, yeah.
Jeff Hardy beats Edge. No, Extreme Rules.
Extreme Rules, you just said that, didn't you?
Yep. Jeff Hardy beats Edge. Doesn't have much of a chance to celebrate because here comes CM Punk, cashing in, becomes World Heavyweight Champion again. This starts his ball rolling, becoming a heel.
Is that when CM Punk actually painted himself up as Jeff Hardy?
No. That is in that feud. Yes, that is in the tail end of that feud when he ends up beating him in like almost like a loser leaves WWE match, which is where
and then he goes to sad TNA.
All right, we just watched the thing, so we got it. Alrighty, WrestleMania 26. Oh, you're getting comfy.
Yep.
Won by Jack Swagger.
Who did he cash in on? Actually, I'm sorry. Who's in the
match? Shelton Benjamin, Christian, Kane, Matt Hardy, Drew McIntyre, Kofi Kingston, Evan Bourne, MVP, and Dolph Ziggler. 10 men. This is the largest Money in the Bank as of now.
So you're telling me?
Yeah, go ahead.
With the talent that's in there,
absolutely,
Vince McMahon thought it was a good fucking idea to give it to Swagger.
Yeah. I don't see the problem with that.
Okay, who did he cashed in on Jericho, right?
Yes, you're absolutely right. He cashed in on Jericho 5 days after. He cashed in immediately on the next SmackDown.
Uh-huh.
Jericho was gloating. He just got through a title match and a feud with Edge. Jericho was gloating because he was still World Heavyweight Champion. Edge fucks him up. Jack Swagger comes down, who was a Raw superstar at the time.
Who does his piss poor ankle lock.
Sure, yeah.
Ugh.
And
such a disgusting ankle lock. Fuck Swagger. Alright, who won next?
And he cashes in and he beats Jericho. So again, Edge involved.
Cool.
I think actually that might be the last time Edge is involved. So that's it for WrestleMania Money in the Bank.
So Edge goes out on a sour note.
I mean, he cashed it on 2 and then really was, it doesn't matter. So that same year, 2010, WWE decides to split off the Money in the Bank match and create its own exclusive Money in the Bank pay-per-view, okay? So they now are going to have 2 different, thank God Swagger cashed in early, basically. They're going to have 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. One for Raw, one for the Raw champion, and one for the SmackDown champion, regardless of if it's the WWE or the World Heavyweight, blah, blah, blah,
right?
You know what I mean? All right, so 2010. I'm not going through all the competitors.
All right, because I was going to say, you want me to grab it? Because I could do Blitzkrieg, I could do this.
I'm just going to do the winners. Okay,
all right, cool.
SmackDown won by Kane. Cashed in later that night.
On Rey Mysterio.
On Rey Mysterio, exactly. Yes. Actually was the person who still holds the record of the fastest cash-in.
Yes.
Because from his match of win to when he cashed in, that's it.
It was like 45 minutes, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Raw was won by The Miz. Miz cashed in on Randy Orton after he got attacked by the Nexus.
On Raw.
On Raw.
Yes.
I think the Raw after Survivor Series.
Yes. Yep, you're correct.
And went on to hold it past WrestleMania. Main evented WrestleMania with a concussion.
Yep.
And there you go.
John
Hasn't
Cena.
hold the world title since. Sorry, Miz. You deserve better, but you're pretty good.
You have a hot-ass wife that you put a baby in. So, you know
what? The baby came out of, so good job.
You're doing perfectly fine.
Thank God that baby came out.
Just keep on.
2011, another dual Money in the Bank match pay-per-view. SmackDown won by Mr. Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
Daniel Bryan, obviously a face at the time, was planning on cashing in at Mania, I think, like that.
Right.
Either he called an audible or something like that, but he cashed in, I think it's TLC or something like that, between a match between Big Show and
Mark Henry. Cashes in on Mark Henry.
Cashes in on Mark Henry, Big Show. It doesn't matter. One of those two guys.
That leads
to the following WrestleMania.
That also leads to a cage match with him and Mark Henry and Big Show.
Yeah, which he still won it because he was holding on to the title for a little bit.
Because that's why he started doing heel stuff.
Exactly, yes. So then that led to the fucking infamous, or famous technically, 18-second match at the following WrestleMania.
I don't recall that.
Well, because you blanked. Or you were getting pizza.
I was getting plates for the pizza.
Yep. And, but some would say that kind of started the whole yes movement. In a way. Because then that basically started people caring about Daniel Bryan. Because
and Sheamus, actually.
Sort of, yeah. But, I mean, Sheamus kind of was almost like the fall guy for that whole situation.
Wasn't that... I thought that was... No, the year before they were on the pre-show together.
Yes. Yeah, right. So there's some history between Sheamus and Daniel Bryan on WrestleMania.
Right.
And it just so happened
Getting shafted.
Pretty much. So here you go, 18 seconds.
Yeah.
But, I mean, people gave a shit about Daniel Bryan. They had a cool, I think, 2 out of 3 falls match the following pay-per-view.
Yep.
But, I mean, this kind of galvanized Daniel Bryan as a contender.
Here's your 18 seconds of fame.
Basically.
What I give the ladies.
And then 2011 was also won by the Raw. Money in the Bank was won by Mr. Alberto Del Rio.
Yep, no one cares.
Whose claim to fame is ruining the Summer of Punk and all that fun stuff because he had to get his fucking face involved with everything. That whole thing was a fucking fuck up, but whatever. There was a point where I liked Del Rio. I liked the idea of Del Rio.
I never did.
Oh, I know that. I know that for sure.
There's only one thing Del Rio's good for.
Okay.
And that's driving nice cars.
Okay. That's cool.
And changing the oil on them.
2012. So they now, instead of being brand exclusive Money in the Bank contracts,
just Raw?
It was title contracts. So 2012, the winners, the one for the World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank match, Dolph Ziggler. Dolph holds on to his contract for quite some time, cashes in the Raw following that Mania
on
Alberto Del Rio.
That's when Ziggler actually became my favorite.
Because he beat Del Rio?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah. That was probably one of the... I would say that would be one of the best moments of the whole Raw after Mania thing that was a popped bubble real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And probably one of the highlights probably the highlight of Dolph Ziggler's career.
Yeah.
And the person who won the WWE Money in the Bank contract was Mr. John Cena, the
first person to ever fail at cashing in.
Correct. He called his spot also. He said, I think at Raw 1000, CM Punk was the WWE champion at the time, and he said, all right, Mr. Punk, I'm going to challenge you to a match. I'm going to cash this briefcase in. You can't see me. Poopies.
Boom.
There you go. Big Show gets involved. I think knocks out John Cena. DQ. Loses the Money in the Bank contract. Thanks for playing. Obviously has never been champion since.
Yeah.
Not just banging every diva in the locker room.
He's in a happy relationship with Nikki. They've patched things up.
Have they now?
Yeah, that's what I heard. What's next on the Money in the Bank docket winners?
2013.
Jesus Christ.
So
we got fucking 5 more years?
So they're still back at the dual title, Money in the Bank.
Okay.
Money in the Bank for the World Heavyweight Championship contract.
Uh-huh.
Damian Sandow.
Second man to ever fail at
cashing in
Money in the Bank.
So
Money in the Bank.
It should be noted that I'm not gonna lie, Cody Rhodes was definitely on an upswing.
Cody Rhodes should have won this briefcase.
This would definitely have put... I mean, don't get me wrong. You want to talk about people who should have won, we can get in on that. But I remember this one specifically because Cody was definitely swinging back into the mix, and then Damian Sandow comes out and does that. Don't get me wrong, he had a cool little custom briefcase, like all leather and shit. That looked cool.
I would have liked to have seen, like, a briefcase, like, you know, fuck you, 1-on-1, we're gonna have a match for the briefcase, which I don't think they ever did.
What are you talking about?
With Cody and Damian.
Oh, okay. You talking about in this specific... I thought you meant ever, and I'm like, we just mentioned
No.
Yeah, no, I understand. No, don't get me wrong. They should do that more, but I feel like... I don't know. I don't know what they do.
Don't curse this year. Continue.
So Sandow, like Tommy said, fails on cashing in. I think John Cena was fucking injured or something like that. So Sandow wants to come in, beat him up, and still loses. Thanks for playing. Went on to obscurity and then fucking released.
And retires.
Yeah, nothing of value was lost. The person who won the WWE Money in the Bank contract was Randy Orton. Randy Orton ends up cashing in on poor Daniel Bryan.
Oh my god.
Right after
Oh my god, this match. Oh my god. Oh god, you're gonna make me cry again. You motherfucker. Why'd you bring this up?
No, don't worry. Something similar is gonna come up again.
Oh.
But this was the whole thing of like, okay, you're not the guy. He's the guy, and he's the champion now. So it's the classic. The money is not in the win.
The
money's in the chase.
corporation is more looking at the guy who looks like a champion as opposed to the guy who is a champion.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Now, RudeNation, I'm going to paint you a quick picture.
Okay.
We're watching this.
This was SummerSlam.
This was SummerSlam.
Following SummerSlam.
We're watching this at a friend's house.
Right. The match was John Cena as the champion.
Yep, John Cena as champion versus Daniel Bryan.
Yep. With Triple H as a special guest referee, which is a red flag.
Right? So, like, to Triple H's credit, right down the middle. He called that down the middle.
He did well.
Daniel Bryan wins. Confetti's flying.
And
we're like,
everyone's like, get out of the ring.
We're like, Daniel, get out of the ring. Get out of the ring.
Get out of the ring.
Triple H, get out of the ring. Daniel Bryan, get out. Someone get the fuck out of the goddamn ring right now.
Randy Orton.
Boom. RKO.
Yep.
Quick 1, 2, 3. Yep. Which leads to the whole WrestleMania 30 awesomeness.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, somehow, some way it does do that. But then basically Daniel Bryan was just kind of piddling around for a couple months.
Right.
Possibly not in the WrestleMania picture until he becomes in the WrestleMania picture, and then it's a nice feel-good moment.
Yep.
For about a month, and then it gets vacated.
So who's next? Who's next? Who won this bitch next?
All right, so 2014. 2014, because the WWE and the World Heavyweight Championship have been unified, there's only one Money in the Bank match.
Right. Okay.
Won by Seth Rollins.
Okay. Oh,
so Seth Rollins wins this. He's basically almost the face of the Authority at that point.
Yep. After turning his back on the Shield.
Yes. Oh, yes. So he's a fresh heel, Seth Rollins, and holds that contract up until...
Had a sick match with Randy Orton the night
at
earlier
WrestleMania
that
31.
Night.
Shows up again during
Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Cashes in.
Yep.
One of the greatest cash-ins of all time.
I would say his cash-in, and then maybe Ziggler's would be 1 and 2. Like Ziggler's pop is so genuine, but Rollins was almost like a breath of fresh air because nobody wanted any of those results to happen. Yes,
exactly.
So thank God. And I mean, I think Rollins had a pretty good title
until he blew his knee.
Until he blew his knee, he was dual champion at the time.
Yep.
So yeah,
U.S. champion, WWE champion.
2015, won by the most deserving, I think, Sheamus. No. So, like I said, with Orton cashing in on Daniel Bryan to make it like a feel-good moment. Not a feel-good moment, but like a robbing the audience of a feel-good moment.
A fuck you fans moment?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sheamus cashed in on Roman Reigns. And I don't think anybody gave a fuck. Like, everyone was like, Sheamus is champion? Oh, you won it from Roman Reigns?
Cool.
Oh, cool, dude.
So what's next? We'll just
as Sheamus was transitional at that time because it was
they didn't know what to do with him.
They wanted to put it on somebody who could fight Roman Reigns, and who they would try to boo and then cheer Roman Reigns. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Roman Reigns experience has been going on for quite some time.
Yeah,
2016, won by Dean Ambrose. The second fastest cash-in, because he cashes in later that night.
Yes.
After the world title match.
Yes, the world title match was Roman Reigns going into that match as champion versus Seth Rollins.
Seth was just returning from
the
surgery.
From the surgery,
Yep.
yes. And it was a great match. Yeah, Seth carries that match like he always does.
Yep.
Wins, boom. Seth is cheering, celebrating.
Yep.
All of a sudden, Ambrose's music hits. Ambrose isn't coming down the ramp. You're like, what? Where the fuck's Ambrose?
Sure.
Okay, Ambrose just comes, hits him with the briefcase, boom, cashes in. All three members of the Shield have held the WWE title in one fucking night, which is probably one of my favorite moments.
No, that's a cool moment, because that so fits into Ambrose. That fits
Lunatic
into
Fringe.
That fits into the whole dynamic the Shield had post breakup. Like, they were almost always at each other's throats somehow, some way. I mean, mostly Reigns and Ambrose against Rollins, but
right.
you know what I mean? They were all kind of scratching and clawing, especially.
They were all
WWE
intertwined with one another.
Exactly.
Is what my esteemed associate is saying.
Exactly. So, 2017. This is now post new brand split. Money in the Bank is a SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view.
Yes, it is. Yep.
It is also featuring the first ever women's Money in the Bank match.
I watched this one at a bar. That was awesome.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice. So the first ever women's Money in the Bank match was won by Carmella.
Okay.
In the history books. We'll get to that. The men's Money in the Bank match was won by Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin goes on to lose.
Baron Corbin is the third man to cash in
and lose
unsuccessfully.
Correct. Actually, it would be safe to say that all unsuccessful cash-ins, John Cena's been involved in.
Yes,
because I believe John Cena interfered on whomever's behalf, because he was feuding with Baron Corbin at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So then, therefore, Baron Corbin lost. Sandow failed to cash in on John Cena, and then John Cena obviously failed to cash in on Punk.
So would you say he's John Jinx Cena?
I'm never going to say that. That's a dumb thing to say. We put an asterisk with Carmella's win on the 2017 Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
Yep.
Because the James Ellsworth got involved, who was like Carmella's boyfriend or something like that. Some weird, wacky stuff.
Some weird
BDSM
associate
bullshit.
at that point. Yeah,
let me sniff your boots sort of guy.
Right. He was friend zoned pretty much.
So 2 days after the pay-per-view, because of that controversy, because James Ellsworth basically climbed the ladder, unhooked the briefcase, and gave it to Carmella. Carmella was stripped of the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yep.
2 days later on SmackDown Live, they do in my opinion, a better Money in the Bank match. Featuring the same competitors.
Yes.
But the verdict still stays the same. Carmella wins.
Without any interference.
Without any interference, correct, yes. To be honest, I think Carmella had a good... That was a good...
That was fantastic.
That was going to be my pick from the get for that.
I enjoyed it.
Carmella actually is the person to hold the Money in the Briefcase the longest.
Yeah, she almost held it for the full year.
She cashed in, right after the previous WrestleMania, I believe?
Yes.
Yeah, so she almost held it for a full year.
Yep.
All right, which brings us to the most current two Money in the Bank matches, 2018. Women's. So now it is not even a brand split anymore. Everything's all co-branded, so it's Raw and SmackDown competitors. 2018 Women's Money in the Bank match was won by Alexa Bliss.
Yep.
Alexa Bliss has the distinction of holding on to that briefcase for the third fastest, because she cashes in later that night after interfering with a
pretty good match between Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax.
She comes in, beats him up with the briefcase, cashes in.
Did you see the welts on Ronda Rousey's back?
Yeah, she let her have it.
I mean, Ronda Rousey, man, she takes it.
Would you say that Ronda arouses me?
No, I wouldn't. I would never say
Fuck
that
you.
because that's fucking dumb.
But I mean,
so are
Alexa
you.
Bliss. Okay. So now Alexa Bliss is now champion.
Yes.
As per recording. And the winner of the 2018 men's Money in the Bank match, Braun Strowman, the monster among men.
Mr. Monster in the Bank.
That's awful. That I hear, I'm like, woof.
I know.
Like, it's not man.
This is gonna,
like, the thing isn't called Man in the Bank. So that's not it. That's not what that means. Yeah. Right.
They're gonna fuck this up. They're gonna fuck this up.
Yeah, you think?
I mean, I know...
Honestly, what's probably gonna happen Reigns is gonna beat Lesnar.
I know his...
Braun's gonna cash in on Reigns.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. We gotta watch another goddamn Reigns-Lesnar match?
Yeah.
Alright.
So, those were all the Money in the Bank contract winners. So and all their respective cash-ins.
Yes. Now, RudeNation, as cool as these ladder matches have been, there have been several interesting, cooler matches during the events themselves.
During the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
Yes, when they went to Money in the Bank pay-per-view exclusive.
Exactly, yes.
Yes.
So here's some highlights. 2010 Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Fucking nothing. That was just boring as all shit. 2011 Money in the Bank. You got Christian versus Orton. Okay. So this was after Christian won the championship. Orton won it right off of him. They went for about 3-4 months.
Match.
Exactly. They went for about 3-4 months of kind of trading the championship back. There were some pretty good matches.
Yeah.
This one has the distinction of Orton coming into the match as champion with the clause that if Orton gets disqualified, he loses the championship. So what happens is Christian, being a crafty heel, spits in Orton's face. Orton goes ballistic. Doesn't listen to the ref. He gets DQ'd. Christian wins the championship. And then they have an awesome SummerSlam match, too.
Yeah.
Also a little match. I don't know if you heard about it. It's the Wrestle Fuck Boyz WWE match of the...
Forever.
Time, yes. CM Punk versus John Cena.
Man, I actually just watched this.
This was a good...
I actually just watched this pay-per-view. And... that pop, man. Yeah. And the fact the crowd is all over Cena.
Sure. So a little background. CM Punk wins the #1 contendership for John Cena's WWE Championship. Yeah. He wants to cash in that opportunity. Poor term of phrase, especially with this whole Money in the Bank bullshit. He wants to put his opportunity at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, which is in his hometown of Chicago, Illinois.
Yep.
Which is a very raucous crowd. And his contract expires the next day in storyline. So basically, if he wins the WWE Championship, he is gone.
Yep.
And he wins the championship. And he leaves for a week. But it is still a very electric moment.
After they
and a very great match.
Yeah, after they tried to do the whole Montreal screw job. When, like, Cena...
They tried to do some shit. Because Vince McMahon was like, I can't have my champion leave.
Right, exactly. So, and the other funny thing was, the other stipulation about this match was, if John Cena loses, he's fired.
Yeah, that happened.
That never happened. Like I was like,
storyline wise, I think that Triple H showed up
on Raw the next night,
right? Yeah, like that is fucking nonsense.
Because Triple H was sitting there in the back, you're like, that's fucking dumb.
Yeah,
no,
absolutely,
we're not doing that.
Yeah. The 2012 Money in the Bank pay-per-view had Punk as WWE champion versus Daniel Bryan. This was when, I don't know if you remember, Daniel Bryan showed up in this fucking sick-ass, like, taxi driver outfit.
Yes.
And it was all fucking bloody and shit like that. Like, this was basically, like, ass-kicker, heel, no, Daniel Bryan.
Was this before or after their match at Over the Limit where they do the Code of Honor?
That I don't know.
I want to say it was after.
Okay.
Yeah.
2013 had John Cena versus Mark Henry in a championship match, which the only distinction I have is that before this, leading up to this was Mark Henry's false retirement speech, which was fucking badass.
That was the best thing.
That was the best thing out of it. That's the only reason why I want to highlight it. Okay. It's also the return of Rob Van Dam, and then Paul Heyman turns on CM Punk. So, yeah.
Whoa.
2014 also had a ladder match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship because it was vacated because Daniel Bryan was injured. John Cena won that.
Okay.
Big old shock. in that match also was Del Rio, Bray Wyatt, Cesaro, Kane, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, and Sheamus. So, fun fact, 2 ladder matches, same pay-per-view, one for a contract for that championship, and one for the actual championship. That was the one Seth Rollins won the contract for.
So, out of Cena, Sheamus, and Reigns, there was only, 5 people worthy of actually winning that title, possibly?
Possibly, yeah.
And Cena wins it? Okay, cool.
You'd have to pull me back into that time to be like, all right, who really deserves it?
Yeah, cool story, bro.
2015, Cena versus Owens. This wasn't their first fight, but this was definitely in the heat of Owens coming up and making an instant name for himself. Yep. This also featured another championship ladder match, Rollins versus Ambrose.
Yeah.
WWE ladder match. Yep. So that was cool. That was also the one that Sheamus won.
Right.
Wankety wank wank. 2016, Styles versus Cena. I don't remember which one that was of theirs, but that's always a good time.
They just put on great shows.
Absolutely. That was also we talked about it already. That was when Dean cashes in on right after the Seth versus Roman Reigns match.
Yep.
And then 2017 featured the in-ring debut of one Miss Lana.
Lana.
Which is that was a Rude Boy's favorite.
Yeah. Definitely follow her on Instagram and Twitter.
Oh man.
Especially when she's milking cows and climbing hay and Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots and a bikini top. Jesus Christ. I have to excuse myself.
Alright. And we'll wrap this up. 2018. I honestly thought this whole pay-per-view was good.
Yeah. There wasn't a dud match. Well,
I'm thinking about it now. You know what? I would say dud match. Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn wasn't really something I really
I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, I want to know, is Zayn pulling the old Randy Orton and just shitting in duffel bags?
I don't know.
Because he's he pissed someone off. He pissed someone off though.
Also, I didn't want to see Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal.
Funny thing about that though was that Bubba Ray came out. He was just like, he's like, if a crowd was really screaming at us the way they were, Jinder and Roman, he goes, me and Devon would actually jump over the barricade and get in their faces.
Oh yeah, sure.
And I'm like, dude, that's also ECW.
Highly illegal, and
that's ECW where you guys just you didn't care. Where New Jack stabbed people in the ring
because that's what he would do.
Exactly. Really no duds. I honestly thought the Nia Jax Ronda Rousey match was
very surprising.
Was gonna suck.
Yep. Agreed.
It didn't.
Yep. Styles versus Nakamura was great.
Styles versus Nakamura was fantastic.
Yep. I liked both ladder matches.
Yes. Yep.
I feel like they were both paced well. Everyone got their own time to shine.
When at the end you had Finn.
For the male? Okay.
Yeah, you had Finn, Braun, and Kofi on Braun's back. I was just like, are they going to actually give this to Finn? No.
Right.
Are they actually going to give this to Kofi? No. Oh, Braun. Mm-hmm. When Braun threw fucking Owens off that 25-foot ladder, that was
cool.
Insane.
That was a cool scene.
Spot, man. I'm sorry. You should just put every title on Owens. Every title.
Agreed. No, he is a fucking
He's a workhorse. He's a workhorse. He's there, beginning to end. Yeah. So he's taking his lumps right now.
Absolutely, yeah.
More so, he shouldn't have to. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely not. No.
But yeah, not a dud.
Not a dud match. Yeah.
On the main card.
Very, very exciting pay-per-view too.
Yes. And Renee Young, sweetheart, you were looking gorgeous. And Charlie Caruso, TakeOver, awesome.
RudeNation, we're wrapping it up right there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging tight with us. Thanks for hanging loose with us, with your boys, the Rude Boys, on this Rude Boys Power Hour and a half right now. Good Lord. I want you all, RudeNation, to turn your ears next time we are going to be talking about the latest MCU movie coming out, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Hells yeah.
Rude Boys are going to be watching it. We're going to give
so
you
much lighthearted.
Oh yeah, seriously.
War. I need it after that.
We're going to be watching it. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to be spoiling it. Spoiling it? Spoiling it.
You're talking cursive.
It's a couple
You're
drinks.
talking cursive.
So, be prepared for that. If y'all got any questions, hit us up on the social media. Twitter, at RudeBoys469. Facebook.com/RudeBoys469. If you want to send us an email, of all things, RudeBoys6969 at gmail.com.
We accept nudes.
Well, yeah, 100%. Female.
Thank you, yeah. Shit.
We got a
bad news.
YouTube channel, which you should subscribe at bit.ly/RudeBoysRudeTube. If you're listening to us on YouTube, or you're listening to us some other way, just subscribe to the fucking podcast, man. Let's cut the middleman out. We give you these audio things for free. You can just listen to them, alright? Get your fucking subscriptions at the Podbean Network. The website is rudeboys.podbean.com.
Flick it. Flick that little button for us.
And you can also find us on the podcast app, Apple Podcast app. Just search for Rude Boys Power Hour, and we fucking better be the first hit that you see. If you need to get in touch with me personally, I'm Sherm. You can reach me at Tesherms, TEH_SHERMS.
And you beautiful ladies, Renee Young, Charlie Caruso, I'm talking to you mostly, want to send me a personal message on Twitter, you can get me at Tommy_Cash with a K.
That's it. And that's it. You got anything else, Tom?
Oh, yeah, I got the joke, finally.
All right, okay, go
it's
ahead.
the end of the show.
All right, so
are you ready?
So episode 22.
Episode 22, you ready?
Go ahead.
This has been a Wall Street Bangers production.